past 2 years, in conjunction with Cushman & Wakefield's research team, which if you go in our knowledge center, we have reports available on pretty much everything real estate. Our quarterly market beat reports are one of the industry standards for market knowledge in commercial space. I've been working with those teams over the past 2 years to look into both investor and occupier perspectives on sustainability in real estate. So I'm going to cheat a little bit to give some stats on that. But basically, this past report that we did in 2014 was on occupier sentiment. We surveyed 23 leading corporate occupiers, Fortune 500 companies mainly, looking at the head of real estate's or their sustainability director's perspective. It covered over 690 million square feet in banking, financial services, healthcare, consumer products and services, technology and advertising, and communication industries. It was really interesting because in 2013, we had done this survey with investors. A bunch of folks were in the room. I see Nick, I see Caverly, that we took all those responses and kind of compared the two. So I wanted to give a few stats today on those comparisons between the two surveys and talk a little bit about some of the research that we're going to do going forward, because it really shows over the past few years that the people that are really working in this, that are driving decisions both from the owner side as well as the tenant side, how they're looking at it and driving the discussion together. So some of our top findings, especially as we compared, in terms of stakeholder demand, on the occupier side, 91% of our respondents reported strong demand from shareholders for sustainability policies. So what does that mean? That they're the stockholders, the shareholders of these large corporations are looking to see what they're doing. Where's their CSR report? What are they doing internally within their corporations? On the investor report, 80% reported that their investors are driving them to invest in sustainable properties. So what does that mean? It means that they have similar, maybe not a CSR report, but policies and practices in place from the investment perspective that they're not just going to go out and make poor, unresponsible decisions. In terms of value contribution, 63% of our occupiers ranked reduced energy costs as contributing the most to value and sustainability practices. Energy is one of the biggest bottom line expenses that a corporation can control, other than, I would say, labor, which I think there's a big discussion around how people are trying to look at their labor costs in correspondence with sustainability. It's why we build out our spaces to lead and why we want people to be very happy in their space. On the owner side, 92% ranked energy efficiency as the biggest factor in pursuing sustainability. Again, it's a driving factor. We talked about the split incentive issue there. We'll talk about it a little bit more, I'm sure, as we go through the panel. Those two, though, to me show you have a big uptake in the industry from both the tenant side that's driving demand in our buildings and the owner side that's responding to that demand and taking it and trying to incorporate it into their investment practices.